I think we are back live.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Alright, I just took a 4-hour nap. And I think I'm rested up enough to be able to provide actually good commentary. Also, we can talk about the picks as they happen. Except everybody is not yet connected, so we'll see how that goes on. Is this a spectating thing? This shows me that everybody is not yet connected.
Oh yeah, it's a spectating thing.
Fun. Alright, we got a Rengar ban. That's gonna really hurt Bilgewater. That's a Gnar ban. Gonna really destroy Shadow Isles. Got an O ban. Oh, I mean an Oriana ban. I was thinking like Rob, Robot Operating Bunny. Without Robot Operating Buddy, the crux to Bilgewater play, it looks like we're not going to be able to get a good fight here. We'll see.
It appears that Ionia has...
Rot. Oh, that legendary rot word. And then God word. Uh-oh. Rot God. Be sure to hear first, folks. We will be fighting against the Rock God as spectators.
So, it appears Ionia has actually chosen to team up with, or rather support the Shadow Isles, so Shadow Isles will gain access to Akali.
We'll see how that works out. Akali is a fun character because she jumps around and kills people. And then if she kills people, she can jump around more.
That's very strange, though. I was not expecting Ionia to support the Shadow Isles. I myself had actually voted against that.
Well, you know, Ionia's like America. We always like the underdogs. And by we, I mean
you're not Ionia.
Yeah. I'm an American, though. Underdogs.
You're dirty Bandle City scum.
I am dirty Bandle City scum. I will admit. We aren't very cleanly. Looks like he's not going to lock in because he's very inside. He just chose Thresh! An amazing upset. I'm very upset.
Thresh is probably one of the most powerful picks that Shadow Isles has in their arsenal, so not unexpected as the first pick.
It's also very safe because what else are they going to counter?
Indeed, Thresh is basically their safest pick, so having him come out first is very good for the Shadow Isles.
A legendary Ignite pick on that Thresh. Oh, there is our Akali player, Ozymandias. Ozymandias. It's like Ozymandias, except spelled incorrectly.
I checked on the Twitch chat, it appears they are going fucking crazy, so let's just focus on Champ Select. Ozymandias perhaps pulling out Akali, while Noxine Diplomacy chooses to pull out Aatrox.
But Ozymandias secretly chose Yorick, and Noxine Diplomacy secretly chose Akali, fooling us all.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Shadow Isles doesn't have Akali apparently. Someone else is messing with
They're
them.
just tricking us. They have indeed tricked us all.
It'd be funny if they lock it in. I think they
are. No! What do we do now?
And dead.
Why?
Oh, silly.
I just wanted to watch this game.
They don't have Akali.
That Grub, I hate to tell you this, but this is what a typical League Factions game is like.
Yeah, I think they were confused. I think Mike was hovering over, was like, wait, do we have it? Do we not? I don't know. I don't know.
And then they screamed at each other. Somebody immediately left, and here we are, the spectators, sitting, facing the Rot God, and we don't even have the basic entertainment of a League match. Speaking of which, the rock god has actually made all of my body except the gangrene, and I need to amputate my entire self. It's a strange process.
Alright, round 2.
Alright, we're back at Jam Select.
Back, literally, in square one. Except maybe figuratively, because I don't think... Never mind. Maybe Brand is square one, because his little icon's a square. Maybe they're going to spell Bob and completely disable the enemy team. Let's see. I think Bilgewater's still going for a god pick. We'll see. If we have to fight Bob God, we're all screwed.
The Shadow Isles might also be shooting for the bot pick, or the bot ban. In that case, very powerful ban. Bilgewater cannot actually put champions into their bot lane. They're completely locked out of it. So we'll have to see what the Shadow Isles
No. I thought that like they changed that in season 5. I thought that means that they have to replace all their players with bots. Boo! Oh no! I'm scared.
Shadow Isles choosing to go with Boo. That is also very powerful and increases their power by 20%.
And then Bilgewater actually all just became babies, going for the Goo Goo Gaga pick. So it turns out that 501st Big Mike, Noxine Diplomacy, Ozymandias, Itchimal Paprika, and 2 Spooky have been replaced by baby versions of themselves. Let's see how this turns out. Looks like baby for 501st Big Mike chose Scion. Interesting pick, or since his rework, Scion has been generally agreed to be...
He's not Shadow Eyes.
Kind of weak. Oh.
He's Nox.
He's a ghost, though. He's I mean, I was so scared that I forgot that he wasn't Shadow Isles.
Well, considering the kind of guys that Bilgewater has been picking up this arc, I wouldn't be surprised if Shadow Isles had the option to pick up Scion.
Yeah, Maokai is pretty spooky, and he doesn't remind me of the ocean. But he's still on Bilgewater, presumably.
Because, like, I mean, no offense to Cupcake Trap, I never thought Piltover's roster in Hextech Revolution was that bad. But I just don't get Bilgewater getting Lulu.
Is it they need a support thing? Because I really can't think of any Bilgewater supports.
Nami.
Nami.
She's pretty good.
Or Maokai, or Katarina, or Nautilus.
Yeah, those are are my favorite support on the Bilgewater side. Talon.
Noxine Diplomacy choosing the titular Noxine Diplomacy. Unfortunately, he switches over to Nocturne.
I thought Noxine Diplomacy was Darius. Yeah, so it's titular, not
Whatever. God. Get off my case, Scrub.
Junpei.
Anyway, Noxine Diplomacy that's Talon's Q, I believe.
Yeah. You see, Noxine Diplomacy is causing massive external hemorrhaging, or occasional beheadment.
Okay, someone asked something about how we got Lulu? I don't know. Basically, I'm not heavy. Just told me to say is we explored some magic island with purple fairies and we found Lulu.
She was just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, we're like, oh hey Lulu, you want to be on Bilgewater? She's like, okay. And then
I still find it strange.
That was a good Lulu voice.
That was actually really.
Say it tastes like.
That was really bad.
I want to touch your voice.
My throat.
It was literally perfect. It looks like she
that
sacrificed the last of her life force. Oh, there you go. There you go. Is it just like in the when Caesar dies, as well as the other Zeppeli, the first one? They had to use the last of their Hamon power to aid the JoJos in their adventure. She used the last of her Hamon power to make a funny Lulu voice. And now she's dead.
They're bizarre.
Whoops.
Now she's actually available to be picked by the Shadow Isles. It looks like it looks like they didn't.
Twisted Fate.
Fiddle. Oh yeah, GG loves his Twisted Fate.
Twisted Fate Jungle is very popular, but are they going to do a legendary double jungle strat?
I don't think so. Ooh, Cassidon.
Cassidon.
I didn't know Cassidon was a pirate.
Technically, Brand is more of a pirate than Cassidon.
Maokai is a pirate too.
Viking. Different things. See, pirates never settled vast swaths of land in Europe.
Fiddle, I love Fiddle. My Fiddle dicks.
I like Fiddle because where I'm fighting against him in a game, my entire team dies, and I'm just like, that was cool.
That was cool. Bilgewater has picked up Cassidon.
Yeah.
See, Kassadin's cool because he teleports around and presses a button, and then he gets a shield, and then he hurts you. Well, that's my expert analysis.
Of course, Bilgewater once again is sticking to their double tank comp. It appears they are running Lulu as a support this time instead of Nami, with Kassadin in the mid lane.
That sounds like a fun thing. I don't know why they're not taking more ignites. They're like the Shadow Isle team seems to have a lot of sustain, unless all of them are planning on building Morellonomicon.
So it seems like the general idea for the delay has started. Seems like the general idea for the Bilgewater team is they have very strong poke and initiation. Blue's ultimate combined with Nautilus and Maokai's like innate initiation skills can make for some very powerful combos.
She will make them huge.
Huger than they already are.
And elixir of
Nautilus
iron.
is pretty tall.
Ah, they need one. They both need to get elixir of iron so they can be like so big.
Yeah.
Giant.
And they also need to beat Cho'Gath.
Oh my god,
And Zac.
I've done that. It was Scion. Oh my god, Scion's so huge.
So I don't know if you're aware of this, Scrub, but
I'm not.
the Shadow Isles has picked Kog'Maw up.
What? No, they haven't.
Did they change
Yeah.
Kog'Maw to look like Aatrox or something? What?
No, they didn't pick him in this match, but they have picked him up as a champion.
Oh,
That is what.
yeah.
That is why Bilgewater is running Kassadin, because now every faction has the ability to run Kassadin against the Shadow Isles, whether they pick Kog'Maw or
I wonder
not.
if they forgot. They're like, oh yeah, we have Coggles.
Ah. But
But
I mean-
they're letting the Urgot main do Urgot things, so yeah.
that's a good time. I want to think that it's actually Fiddlestick's mid lane, and he's going to get Blasting Smite so he can push quicker. That's what I'd do.
Maybe perhaps actually be able to finish this game.
Or at least start it. Yeah. I'm really surprised by no Rumble picks this game, seeing as he is actually the only champion in League of Legends. But League of Legends isn't canon anymore, so... I don't know. Oh yeah, since you guys are all lore fans, what do you think of the recent lore fumbles?
This is how you can tell Grub isn't into League factions at all. He'd know.
I guess everybody like detonated and they were like, we're not actually a part of League lore anymore, and then they became the CSA.
That was the first and only time I've ever seen Cupcake Trap genuinely angry.
Cool. I love calm people becoming just off their rocker because it makes for good writing. Anyway, I've been meaning to say... Oh, I guess not actually. Never mind.
Also, for the sake of him, do not call JD Mage J Damage.
Hey, J Damage, how's it going?
I made that mistake as well, but I have never done it on stream, so I guess I can take some confidence out of that.
Alright, looks like the game's finally loading up. For me, that is. We'll see how that goes. There's a cute little spindly thing on my... Oh, there we go.
Hired Gun Graves, Totemic Maokai, Abyssal Nautilus, and Prevoid Kassadin versus Mecha Aatrox, Pentakill York, Battlecast Urgot, and Bandito Fiddlesticks.
Again, an equal game in skins. This could be interesting, ending in an actual draw because they will take out both nexuses at
God
the exact
damn
same
it,
time.
JD. I'm gonna gift him a damn Lulu skin. I know
Alright.
he hates Lulu. I'm gonna give him a Lulu skin.
It is the Christmas season, after all.
Give him Winter
I mean the
Wonderland.
holiday
there.
season. Please don't kill me.
And Thresh gets nothing because I don't like Thresh. Wow, that was quick.
A little. Alright, everybody started up. You can see Kassadin's weird Void Sword. But you can't see him.
I enjoy the look of Kassadin's blade.
You can see Thresh's dreadlocks, but you can't see them themselves. You can just see their weird glow.
This has been a surprisingly short game, only starting at 7 minutes in.
Man. I like Mecha Aatrox because his sword is yellow. Yellow swords are cool. Looks like Shadow Isles is going the incredible sustain build, indicating to me that regardless of the fact that they have Flash, they will not actually be going in early. Because they're friends. Except, of course, for Aatrox, who could go for the early mid-game strong build for AD casters and AD carry casters. Aatrox is in a confusing place for me.
Uh-oh. It seems like Graves hasn't connected. Graves, don't do this to us.
Graves, please. Please, Graves. No. Oh, Graves is here! He went to Durant's Blade. Yes! Okay, we can continue like normal. They're all standing around. It looks like somebody wants to invade, but I don't think any of them are actually aware of any of their other presences. Nautilus loses interests and goes to his blue.
It's an intense stare-off between the Shadow Isles and Bilgewater.
I mean, it was, but now it's not. I like Abyssal Nautilus. It's a cool skin. Yeah. Graves is sitting down by Dragon. Maokai seems to be chilling at top, sitting down a cute little sapling.
In general, Aatrox mid could... It's a very unorthodox strategy, but it could end very well for the Shadow Isles, or it could end up blowing up in their faces.
I mean, Aatrox has the jump, he has the sustain, he has the AD damage, so he doesn't have to worry about the magical shield that Cassidy produces. He could end up.
On the other hand, once Cassidy reaches level 6, Aatrox is going to have a much harder time actually catching him out, because he can just ult away from anything Aatrox tries to do. On the other hand,
Aatrox could punish his aggression, though.
Aatrox seems to be getting harassed here by Cassidy.
But he's Aatrox, so it shouldn't matter if he plays right. Maokai got a lot of CS early, and Yorick wasn't there because he was assisting Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks seems to have taken his jungle relatively quickly, but now he's spending literally forever taking the small minions, whereas Yorick just took, Nautilus just took his blue buff, and they both finished at about the same time, both taking their wolves now.
Sgt Diplomacy should be careful about pushing up, considering that Cassidy has much more health than him.
Nautilus should be ahead of Golden Experience because he took Gromp and Fiddlesticks did not. Yorick went back on Maokai top whenever he was doing a weird little tower dive thing, and now they're about even in lane. Bot lane is kind of standoffish, with Shadow Isles being very aggressive and not Shadow Isles being not very aggressive. The Thresh goes in, and we get a cute little Q from
away
Graves.
From Urgot. Very strange.
Urgot fires a Q into nothing. Let's go to mid lane and see what's up there. Literally nothing. They're just farming. That's a fun time. Nautilus is about to take his red. Fiddle trying to take his red.
Yorick being pushed up to his tower. It seems he is effectively even with Maokai in this lane, although Maokai is running out of mana. Heavy Weapons guy does generally like running a farm lane on his Maokai top, so
and he's being pretty successful in out CSing in front of the
Urgot going in on Lulu. Lulu very low, and Urgot gets first on Lulu.
Dead.
That was a very good play on their part. Big Mike caught Lulu out very well. And Sgt Diplomacy going in on Cassidy mid, he comes out negative on the trade, but because of his revival passive, it ends up working out in his favor, because technically he has more health than Cassidy. And with that W passive, but he's getting ganked by Nagorok. And it amounts to nothing.
Literally nothing happened. Nice job, Nagorok. Or Sgt Diplomacy. Whoever did well that time. Good job, good job. They're poking the tower with their little guns and their little size, having a good time. Mid lane is still very even, except Aatrox is out CSing the metric hecton out of our friend Cassidy.
Heavy Weapons guy is doing a lot of damage to Ozymandias, but Ozymandias is just sustaining it all back. In general, it seems like this lane is going to be very passive because neither summoners can manage to kill each other.
Yeah, Yorick tends to do that. Maybe it'll end up good in the end with this ult. These guys are going to be kind of boring top for a while unless something special happens, but late game will be cool, guys.
But Urgot, that early first blood is not only going to help him being very...
top lane. Let's watch this out. Let's see what's going on.
Nautilus, yes, Nagarok is trying to go in on Ozymandias. Ozymandias
and he
is
goes
decently
in,
mana.
Ozymandias walks away, Nagarok snares him, he does all the things, and nothing happens.
Nagarok didn't even try to hook him. That was strange. Perhaps he realized that Maokai was simply too far away.
Yeah, that one.
After Diplomacy, somehow missing the knock-up on the Q, but getting hit by a tower.
I could see in an alternate reality, not seeing Diplomacy diving him and potentially even killing him. But
Missing a hook on Argus Filch.
Rest in peace. Bot lane. This game is in Shadow Isle's favor right now. Let's see what goes on. Noxie Diplomacy has 6.
Reach level 6.
He looks like he's going in for the big, and just, it literally chops him in half.
It's GG Pally, he's getting taken out in one hit. Nagarok coming in to defend mid.
Nagarok is successfully defending mid lane. Like I said, let's see if he can proc that passive.
He might get his passive triggered. No,
but it didn't end up happening. Rest in peace. Bot lane pushing out because of Shadow Isles not being there. It's a fun time.
In general, Ozymandias just cannot kill Maokai because Yorick relies on spamming his spells, and Maokai gets HP off of that.
And vice versa.
Was that a flash in top lane?
Seems like it seemed to have been.
I don't know what he was hoping to accomplish there, but...
Flash is just like a D&D spell. Use it or lose it. It was probably an accident, since I just heard a chat thing. Yorick just said, you saw nothing. We saw literally nothing. That top lane engage didn't happen.
Yes,
you heard it here first, folks.
So, what we'll note right now is that Nagarok on Nautilus has had a very big presence on the map so far, while Too Spooky on Fiddlesticks hasn't been doing much, which is to be expected.
It looks
since
like Kassadin is going up top lane because... Oh, it looks like it might be a lane switch, actually, because of the ineffectiveness going on there. We'll see what goes on. It would make a good deal of sense. Oh, it looks like that's a teleport in mid lane.
Teleporting mid.
However, that didn't end up doing anything because Nagarok couldn't hit the engage. Looks like I was right in my assumption. I'll take the most obvious prediction of the year award. Looks like Kassadin is attempting to punish Yorick for not having mana. Didn't work out too well, but it seems he at least forced Yorick out of lane. Yorick will probably come back with more sustain. He's trying to pressure him away from calling back so early. And now he's going to dive him, but actually not. And he's going to lose almost all of his health by taking a couple tower shots. And a lot of people are coagulating in Bilgewater's bot lane T1 tower. Literally nothing came out of that. I say literally too much, but that's because I'm an American in the 20th century. Looks like a top lane engage
missing his Q. Nothing came out of that.
Lots of nothing happenings. I predicted that this game would be fairly passive because only one team has Flash, and the team that has Flash is building passively. Oh, it looks like we have a level 4 Fiddlesticks being engaged on, but it doesn't work out. The Fiddlesticks is very behind in the jungle, but who knows what's going on there. Instead of taking red, he seems to be going somewhere. I'm not really sure what's going on. In general,
Bilgewater is just trying very hard to not die right now. They, in terms of the lore consequences, they cannot afford to lose this game because Stormhaven is important to Bilgewater, and if they lose this game, Shadow Isles is effectively guaranteed to take it from them.
That'd be a fun time.
It'd be a nice way for Shadow Isles to be able to end off the arc. To actually have been able to do something of relevance. Not to say they haven't done stuff before, but this would be like the really major thing for them.
Don't need to sugarcoat it, friend. We all know that Shadow Isles is secretly the best faction.
Indeed.
Nautilus is very ahead in jungle, so perhaps their transition late game could benefit them. Nautilus has been ahead in jungle ever since the very first camp, because he took Gromp in Fiddle didn't, and Fiddle was still slower in the jungle. Looks like Fiddle's finally going in for what seems to be his first gank against this Cassidy player. Let's see what goes on. Cassidy does not seem to be aware of his presence. Let's see how that fear goes on. It works out.
The fear feared them backwards, despite the fact they teleports behind Fiddlesticks, but it does not work out since the teleport prevented Yorick from getting any extra damage.
Oh well.
Nautilus is bot lane. He misses the hook, so this is gonna. Oh, he's getting. Urgot's being ulted though. He activates his ghost. Lulu hits him with the Q. He's gonna be slowed for a little bit.
That poor Lantern just got so ignored.
A good hook from Thresh prevents Nagorok from being able to do much of anything.
This is like a diamond game, except the players are not diamond level necessarily, but there are diamond level players because nobody's getting kills.
Like I said, Viljar has to be very careful. They do not want to die. Ooh, Aatrox coming in bot lane.
I think that they're afraid that they'll become undead, because that's what the Shadow Island seems to be able to do. Maokai is out farming our friendly Aatrox in mid lane. Let's see if that turns out anything in his favor. Maokai, nobody has really built any resistances yet. Except, of course, for our friendly Aatrox, who built a Hex Drink. Pretty common against AP mids and tops. If you're building.
I was pretty expecting
engage top lane, let's see what goes on. Yorick ulted, he's probably gonna make his ult tower dive, let's see what goes on there. He doesn't assist his ult friend. Nothing happened.
While this is going on, Nautilus, as expected, has built a Ranger's Trailblazer, the one that allows his smite to heal him and stun an area. But also, surprisingly enough, has built the Chilling Smite, allowing him to slow enemy champions. Well, that's not surprisingly so much. It's really between Chilling Smite and the Ranger's Trailblazer. I could
conceivably see our friend the Yorick going in for a flash kill on this cast. Especially because Fiddlesticks is there, but we'll see if he's able to go in with his ultimate.
It'd be very risky, but yes. Right now, in the current jungle setup, it's really just between
Looks like that's a teleport top lane, and since nobody actually made the commitment, they're not going to do anything. However, Maokai seems to be intent on the engage, and it's a triple top lane, a skirmish, deeply in Bilgewater's favor. Let's see who wins this.
Fiddlesticks is dead. Will
Yorick
be able to make it out?
Yes, because Yorick is Yorick. I think we're talking over each other too much, but it's early game. So, stuff is happening. Looks like they're coagulating mid lane. Can Aatrox... No.
All I'm trying to say is, in this meta, it's basically entirely between the Razor's Trailblazer or the Chilling Smite. Fiddlesticks has opted for the Chilling Smite, which makes sense considering he already has enough sustain. While Ellis, of course, has opted for the Ranger's Trailblazer.
Oh, that's an early turret taking, and it looks like they just tried to enforce an engage bot lane with pretty much every ultimate going in.
Combined with the exhaust from Graves,
that was a poorly timed engage on Shadow Isle's side, resulting in potentially a double kill bot lane. Yep, it's a double kill bot lane.
A good flash from Mike prevents the hook from Nautilus from having any effect, but it does not matter. Just
looks
so much
like
CC
they're going
coming
after
out
Dragon. Let's see what goes on there.
Fiddlesticks is there, but Maokai is also there to protect it, so...
Looks like the first dragon of the game is going to our friend the Bilges. But...
Unless...
Aatrox
can fall off smart steal.
We'll see what goes on there. He does have flash, but doesn't seem to have the intent to steal the dragon. However, it seems like he would like to go into a 1v3 or 2v3 engage, instantly killing our friend the
flashing to get Argus Filch. JD Mage also going down, but Fiddlesticks going down to Maokai and Nautilus. Not much that.
Looks like this Aatrox could win the game. We'll see.
Noxing Diplomacy can do about that, but yes, Noxing Diplomacy is doing very well right now on Aatrox. He gets knocked out of his Q by Maokai's Q.
Q's everywhere. Get nowhere dropped a drink. That's a poem. But I did a witty thing and replaced the word water with Q. It looks like the gold lead for Shadow Isles is ever increasing, considering they are just very tower hungry.
Yes, Shadow Isles over 3k gold up.
We'll see what goes on.
Bilgewater are not able to do much to defend these towers. At least not without their double tanks around.
Kassadin's still doing relatively poorly, not being able to get very much CS, and being forced to his tower 90% of the time, and it does not look like he'll get any assistance from his team, although Nautilus and Lulu and Graves, no, just Nautilus is going up to top lane. Fiddlesticks is around, so he could potentially do a counter gank, but it looks like, considering Yorick is Yorick, I doubt that he'll actually die, especially since he probably has Salt up. He does. Maokai is in a dangerous position mid lane, and he gets engaged
on Yorick, but he may actually be able to kill Kassadin.
Yep, they got a kill there. In fact, I could potentially...
Yorick goes down to Nautilus, and he revives himself with his ultimate. In mid lane, a skirmish happens. Fiddlesticks kills Lulu, and then Aatrox kills Maokai, using their combined ultimate AoE power.
Rest in peace, Yorick.
Yorick went down without being able to get that Nautilus kill, as expected.
Because Nautilus is too tanky. Can you tell us how the players seem to be building for this early mid-game time?
Of course, as expected, Yorick is building a Monomune, common item on him. Maokai has rushed a Rod of Ages, giving him some tankiness and AP.
Oh, wait, it looks like we're having a chase mid lane. Never mind, continue.
Aatrox manages to escape successfully. Nautilus has rushed the Sunfire Cape, which, it's a good decision, but he has, at the moment, he has no MR. So Fiddlesticks, if he can start building up that AP, he could start wrecking, but Fiddlesticks actually has no AP to speak of outside the Amplifying Tome.
Seems like he's going for a Seekers first, which you don't generally see at AP junglers, I believe.
Fiddlesticks has rushed into a Seekers. Of course, that's to be expected out of Fiddlesticks. Right. He wants to get that Zanya's Hourglass immediately.
That is true. Although you could see acceptable alternatives to rush on Fiddlesticks, such as...
And Aatrox has built 2 swords to complement his current one. A Blade of the Ruined King is to be expected on a assassin-type character, along with a Hex Shrinker to defend against Bilgeware's magic damage.
A teleport top by Yorick. Looks like Kassadin won't be able to snatch that tower.
Urgot is charging up his Tear of the Goddess along with his Brutalizer, which are common items on Urgot.
Have been ever since Season 2.
Yep, he is a champion that does not change much through the days of the meta.
Except that one time where he got hyper for Season 2. It looks like there was an amazing disinitiation engage thing going on, but they reinitiated together.
Diplomacy getting completely screwed over, but he managed to recover from it.
Actually, secretly not, because he's playing Aatrox.
He managed to recover from it due to Aatrox's amazing sustain. I see what you were talking about now at the beginning of the game when you said Bilgeware does not have many ignites. That is definitely working against them right now because they just cannot deal with Aatrox's immense sustain.
Like I said, guys, maybe they'll take my advice and build 5 more Anomicons. But we can only wait and see. I kind of like how this Maokai built a Rod of the Ages.
Yes, of course. Health and AP, very important stats for Maokai, especially tank Maokai.
Looks like we might be getting a gank top if Fiddlesticks ever decides to ult. But he does not ult. In fact, he just kind of walks in. But then he does ult. Push ult.
Misses completely.
His timing is relatively off, but his heart's in the right place. Aatrox seems to be going top lane to fix Aatrox or Fiddlesticks wrong. But it seems like they won't be able to get anything out of that engage, except for maybe top tower. Hint, hint.
Megatron Aatrox in a bit of a pickle right now.
Got 1,000,000 gold from that tower kill. Urgot went back. There's 6 people top lane, 3 for each team. Let's see what goes on there. Looks like nothing's going on, but Maokai is going top, so if they decide to stick around too long, it could end up in not their favor.
Well, looks like they're going in using his ultimate. He's relatively low on health, but because he is Aatrox, he doesn't have the revival passive combined with his W. They're going in on Nautilus.
Looks like he revived.
Aatrox does go
looks
down.
like they did not anticipate the fact that there were other members of the enemy team and are getting punished severely for their engage.
Yeah, Aatrox
resulting in a double kill and a potential death on Yorick.
Looks like Yorick's gonna go down as well.
You never know.
Sapling gets,
okay, he's gonna go down.
Oh!
Looks like he's still alive, folks. This Yorick is amazing at being Yorick, and Urgot got a Graves kill.
Yeah, in bot lane, Graves got caught out by Thresh and Urgot. In top lane, that was a very good way
This
to
game
survive.
so far does seem to be disgustingly in Shadow Isle's favor with a 5k gold lead. Looks like they might be wanting to go after Dragon. No, Bilgewater got Dragon because of a
You can't tell.
poor bot lane engage.
You can't tell in Spectator mode.
I'll pretend to remember. Also, I think you can check their passives. No, they don't? Yeah, you can check their passives to see. So rough.
Right. So
Anyway, it looks like Shadow Isle's gonna get their first Dragon of this game, 20 minutes in.
yes,
Giving everybody a damage boost.
that's very important to the Shadow Isles. They rely on that high amount of damage
Especially with Karthus,
combined
who
with
they
their
don't have.
sustain.
But the fact that they don't have Karthus seems to be working out. Looks like that's a dead Cassidon. That is a dead
They
Cassidon.
pick up a kill on Catherine. Very good snipe with the Urgot Q.
Looks like Graves finished his Bloodthirster. Maokai is building into a Warden's Mail. That's a fun time. Yorick is devoting... Oh, that's a team fight with an engage going on.
Yes. Fiddlesticks got killed basically instantly. Speaking of Fiddlesticks, he has picked up the Mage's buff for the Stalker's Blade, giving him ability power and cooldown reduction. It's to be expected, but Fiddlesticks is extremely
Oh,
squishy
looks
right
like
now.
we got an engage
Yorick
on mid lane on this
engaged
Yorick,
on-
but then he flashed away because he has Flash, and Bilgewater doesn't.
But yeah, Fiddlesticks is getting very close to the completion of his Zangias. He'll become a much more potent player when he gets that. Urgot still has no completed items, while Graves has recently finished his Bloodthirster.
I mean, Manamune's kind of completed.
no,
with,
Urgot doesn't have any completed items.
Oh, Urgot. Same thing. Yeah, looks like he's working his way towards...
He's also working his way towards Monamune, it seems.
Yeah. Manamune being a very good item on Urgot, of course. Looks like
Also-
the team, or the Bilgewater team, is going around Baron to see what's up.
But I
They
was saying,
seem to want to deal with top lane.
Graves has built a Bloodthirster first, which is something you don't see often on Graves. Most players opt to rush to the Infinity Edge, or if they're copying Naggarok's build, the Soul Reaver. Naggarok's build is unorthodox, but it works surprisingly well, so nobody can really argue against it. But most people don't have much success when they try to copy it.
You see, the Soul Reaver will be very effective against Shadow. Oh, there's an engage going on. Looks like Maokai is going to die because he
It
just
is
can't
going
get
down.
away from their team. Especially that Urgot, who
No,
just doesn't want
Aatrox going in on Nautilus. Nautilus trying to hook away, but ooh, he's got the exhaust.
looks like he might die.
He gets ulted.
No, looks like Nautilus is going to get away.
barely gets out of there.
Anyway, as I was saying, Soul Reaver would be very effective against Shadow Isles, since Shadow Isles is a bunch of ghosts, aka souls. Looks like our friend...
I got it wrong. Not Soul Reaver, it's Essence Reaver. See, I was thinking Soul Eater.
Same thing. Anyway, they got a siege kill on Lulu, and are split pushing. Looks like this game is in the back of Shadow Isles, but we don't know what the future holds.
They can change the future. That's part of the
Lucina
Monado.
could
In
come-
fact, holds in his hand.
Can I make a Fire Emblem reference now? No? Okay. Alright, looks like our friendly, I can't tell you, oh yeah, Fiddlesticks dies yet again to...
Too spooky going
Bilgewater.
after the heavy weapons guy, dude, getting caught out by that immense amount of CC. That's the primary thing with the Nautilus and Maokai combo. If they catch you out, you are not getting out alive.
Rest in peace, basically. Looks like everybody's going back. This is a very calm moment in an otherwise tense game.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had Lulu. I mean, no offense to JD Mage, but he hasn't been around for fights that much.
Yeah, he's been off and about, always seeming to be around people, but never at the team fights when it counts. Unless sometimes he is. I've seen him ult a few times, winning the team fights, or at least skirmishes, about 10 minutes ago. Dragon's
Now,
coming back up in a couple minutes.
Shadow Isles and Bilge are about equal in terms of, well, they're relatively equal in terms of kills, but Shadow Isles has a huge advantage in terms of towers, which is really giving them this massive gold lead and this massive objective lead. That's really just causing them
and this
to
massive lead.
Yes, really.
Oh, but it looks like we have an engage going on
Urgot.
Very massive. Looks like Urgot is
cannot
dead.
escape.
Getting killed by Cassidy. Looks like Thresh is probably going to die too, but Fiddlesticks might get away. For the first time, literally ever.
It looks like he's going to go down.
He's going to go away.
Oh.
Aatrox is kind of sad, mourning over the loss of his friends in combat. Poor guy. I can only imagine that Junpei must feel. You're getting caught out and just kind of pitifully dying immediately. Like I said, we didn't know what the future holds, but this could be a massive upset on the upset, going for a double upset combo. Dragon's going up at a minute.
We're talking about Shadow Isles holds the advantage, but it seems like they've been making a lot of mistakes. And Bilge has just been capitalizing on them extremely well. They've just been getting caught out time and time again. As shown again, when Fiddlesticks dies, they just keep getting caught out. They need to work on their positioning.
I'd say so. I almost thought that Fiddlesticks got a Manamune and I was going to make fun of him, but he didn't. Thank you.
Fiddlesticks has completed his longest hourglass, though.
That is true. Now we know what time will tell, because he could tell time.
Bilge has managed to pick up 2 extra turrets. They're slowly closing that gold gap. Now there's only a 3k gap between the Shadow Isles and Bilgewater. Pretty
amazing gap closing. You know, this is like the Season 3 power creep. Alright, Dragon seems to be up, and Blue is definitely in position to take it. And by Blue, I mean Shadow Isles and Ghost. Looks like they have literally no choice but to have it.
Yes.
And I think that was their 4th one, or their second? It was their 2nd. They're going to be able to take towers even faster. Too bad there's not that many left. Somebody can go over to...
Shadow Isles in general is not just a very good siege comp, but Urgot picked up his Manamune and received the Muramana, I believe it's called. He received that instantaneously, so that's going to be adding to his damage output a lot.
Looks like everybody's going to push down to Shadow Islands. T2 mid-turret. Looks like that's a big engage. Ulting Maokai, making him very tall.
I've seen the both these doing what he can, but just goes down. Fiddlesticks.
They don't seem to be able to... Oh, then there's our Urgot friend. Finally catching out that grave. See if he dies. He finally dies. It looks like this could go back inside of Shadow Isle's favor. We have yet to see.
Oxy and Diplomacy going down to Nagorok. Heavy weapons guy extremely low, but Urgot gets caught out. The rest does not do anything.
That is an upsetting victory in the team fight.
I don't want to rag on him or anything, but Fiddlesticks' positioning is really screwing over the Shadow Isles here.
Happens.
Like he can't pull off good ults. He's wasting his potential, and Shadow Isles team fighting is suffering because of that.
At least they got a kill on Graves. However, even though the gold lead has been reduced to 1k for Shadow Isles, it doesn't seem like our friends, the Bilgewater friends, are able to actually capitalize on that amazing team fight.
The gold lead has been you can go.
Pretty much neutralized. I forgot what I was going to say, but I think that because of the fact that they won the last 2 team fights, we could assume that they will continue to win team fights. That is my scholarly analysis.
If Shadow Isles can solve their positioning problem, they have the potential to be able to win this.
Oh yeah, they always have the potential. I believe in the Shadow Isles. Underdog stories.
But Fiddlesticks is really just bringing this team down. He needs to pull off better ults.
Yeah. The team isn't actually very tanky. You would expect Yorick at this point to be like 458,000 HP, 628,000 resistances, type tanky, but he's not.
Also, of note is that Nautilus has built a Morellonomica. Oh, team fight happening.
That's 1 out of 5. Looks like a lot of
Fiddlesticks finally pulling off good ult, but dying anyways.
And they seem to be focusing Maokai. Oh, they finally killed him. Looks like they might actually be able to win this team fight. H-Fox going down. Looks like that's all of their gold. Kassadin really pushing that wound in, but Urgot seems to be able to get away and continue to... Oh! At least the Kassadin... Oh, never mind. I was about to... All the shields on that team... These guys really need to build some shred, and they really need to build it fast. And they also probably need to build tanky too, because their lack of team fight sustain in the long run isn't helping anyone.
And thus, the gold lead has been closed. Bilgewater now in the lead by 2k gold.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bilgewater as well. Their game's late game anyway. Because Bilgewater is really just destroying them now.
Well, in general, Shadow Isles is supposed to be better than Bilgewater in the late game, but they're not taking advantage of their full potential right now. Like, the biggest mistake in that last team fight was focusing Maokai.
I would agree. They could, like, everybody was bunched up together. They could have easily gone after Graves or Kassadin for a much easier win. Looks like everybody's paying a lot of attention to Dragon right now, but in Bilgewater, due to their current power level... Oh, they're going in an engage, actually. Let's see what goes on here.
But not really doing much.
It looks like... everybody's trying to focus everybody at once. This is a clusterfuck.
Oh god, yes, this is a clusterfuck of a fight. Noxing Diplomacy had to die. He gets caught out by Nautilus. Noxing Diplomacy goes down to Lulu. All the Shadow Isles is trying to escape. God, this is just pure chaos. Yorick gets cut out, he dies. Maokai tries to go in on Urgot, he dies. Shadow Isles cannot catch a break with these fights.
Looks like their team isn't necessarily... Oh, the entire Bilgewater team has like at least above 2,000 HP. Looks like they're making up for their lack of lifesteal sustain with loads of HP and resistances. And it looks like they're going to be taking their second dragon this game.
A bit of... yes. Both teams will have 2 dragons after this. A bit of a strange choice on Lulu. She has picked up a Frozen Fist along with Kassadin's Frozen Fist.
You see 2 Frozen Fists, and then you can have a Frozen Fist fight.
Thresh has picked up Locket of the Iron Solari, which makes some sense when you consider that 4 out of the 5 of Bilgewater's members do some form of magic damage.
Do.
Yorick opting to get a Ravenous Hydra, a bit of a strange choice, but considering he is a melee character who deals physical damage, it makes some sense.
Thrust through a lantern to Maokai. If Maokai picked that up, it would have been another... I'm being funny, sorry. Another quiet moment of this game. However, the last quiet moment was significantly less happy.
I'm freaking out over here!
Why? Are you okay?
No.
Alright, cool. It looks like Bilgewater's gonna win this one. But again, we don't know what the future holds. I said that, and then I said that we don't know what the future holds, and suddenly the Shadow Isles team doubles in size. suddenly they do have a collie, and she's jumping all over everyone. It all depends. This Aatrox could be the game winner, but he stopped getting killed.
I have the belief. Shadow Isles has the power. They have the touch.
However, they also have a 5k gold flag.
And a Maokai that they just cannot kill.
Yeah. Their double tank combo and decent coordination really just seems to be absolutely wrecking our friend the Shadow Isle friends. And Yorick's staunch refusal to build any tankiness is also hurting you in the long run too. He basically gets instantly killed, if you instantly kill him, you instantly engage him. But now he's dead.
I do want to know, people in the Twitch chat just utterly shitting on Fiddlesticks.
Poor Fit. Don't worry, pal. Everybody has bad views. Anyway. Yeah, looks like this game is handily in Bilgewater's favor.
Shadow Isles will try as they might, but
Oh, this is a really, really deep engage.
Bilgewater is just too tanky.
Yep. As we all know, tanky people win late game. Shadow Isles definitely had the opportunity to be tanky, but all the potential tanks decided to not build tank.
Argus Filge isn't particularly powerful, it's just that he has such a powerful front line that
he could just auto-attack people and not even care.
Nobody on Shadow Isles is capable of reaching him.
Looks like they're going after Baron. I wouldn't be surprised if they did anyway. And they are probably going to be able to take it uncontested, because the only person going down there right now is our friend the Fiddlesticks.
One thing we even neglected to mention this whole game is the fact that Lulu has clarity.
Clarity and clear. I thought she had clairvoyance. Did they remove that?
No, it's still in the game. Bilgewater picks up Baron Nashor without any sort of resistance whatsoever. Aatrox trying to go into 1v4, controversial strat. He may actually
1v5 secretly.
He nearly killed
revives.
The second time.
His team has literally no interest in helping.
He tries to use his Q to get out, but it does not succeed. He gets CC'd extremely hard.
Poor guys. Maybe they actually didn't have a vision on Aatrox. As in, Shadow Isles.
Yeah,
Graves getting a metric heckload of farm.
Perhaps Noxian was on the enemy team.
Who knows? We certainly don't. Another quiet moment. You want to talk about their builds for this late game endeavor?
It hasn't really changed much. Maokai has gotten the Righteous Glory, which makes
the engage item.
He makes Bilgewater's already extremely strong engage even stronger. Not only
oh wait, another thing. Looks like he also got an elixir of iron because he's very tall.
Not only selecting to get another Frozen Fist. Graves going standard 80 carry items with Infinity Edge and Bloodthirster.
Yeah, Bilgewater has an 11k gold lead.
Lulu electing to evoke the strategy of Lee Sin from that one tournament game that Ionia played, holding a Banner of Command.
Remember when I used to build Banner of Command on Mumble? That was a fun time.
Shadow Isles just got completely decimated in this fight.
Decimate only refers to cutting down an army to 1/10 of its original size. Yeah. Bilgewater's actually just destroying them. It's an unfortunate thing to behold.
Well, looks like they're going to win right now. As many of you guys watching this probably already know, because
Shadow Isles has probably already complained in the chat.
Overall, Shadow Isles just got too cocky due to their advantage early on.
And then Bilgewater got cocky later, but it worked. That was a loud noise. Not my ears hurt.
Victory!
So, Bilgewater comes out victorious in this dispute, which will be a huge boon to them in the task of fending off the Shadow Isles from taking their port.
Alright. Alright guys, see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Grubbulous.
Wait! Are we getting any MVPs?
No, you can.
Alright, so
I guess MVP on Shadow Isle side would be Aatrox, really pressing it early game, and MVP on Bilgewater side would probably be Maokai because he became impossibly tanky late game, and they couldn't do anything.
yeah, I'd have to agree on giving the MVP to Aatrox on Shadow Isles. He really did the best, but on Bilgewater, I think I'm gonna have to split it between Maokai and Nautilus. Like in the previous game, they were just unstoppable once late game came. They could not be killed, and Naggarok only died at the very end. They engaged really hard, and they caught out the enemy team so much that they were really the main cause of Shadow Isle's downfall.
Rest in peace. This has been Grubbulous, that's me, and Junpei Tenmyugi.
Junpei Tenmyugi.
Here to shout at you and cast spells. Me signing off. Or not, I don't know.
Did you really make your icon the Kirby?
I did. Kirby's good.
So yeah, that's the games. Those are 1.
See you nerds next arc.